Hello everyone, Juxtaposition here. Today's video will be entitled, The Robots Are Coming. Okay, and by that I mean the robots have already arrived. And disturbingly, I believe reinforcement robots will be arriving soon as well. Okay, this isn't to mention the fact that we've got chemtrail attacks on a daily basis over my head throughout the San Francisco Bay Area, throughout the state of California, which isn't really a state, it's a banking colony. Anyway, and across the whole world. I mean the whole world, as if I'm referring to a globe, not a flat earth, but a globe. All right, so what I wanted to say is that the robots are coming. Now, this morning I watched a disturbing video on BitChute from a fellow that I've followed for over a year now. He was originally from Manhattan, New York. He had a very successful computer repair business there. COVID essentially killed his business, along with the city of New York permitting process, licensing process, who were completely hostile to him. So he loaded up the truck and he moved to Austin, Texas, where he's tried to reinvent himself there in the Lone Star State, which is another FEMA camp, just like Florida is, just like California is. They're all FEMA camps under the guise of being, freedom. We're under maritime law, okay? We exist only under military martial law. You have no due process. You have no right to privacy. You have no right to free speech. You have no rights at all. You have privileges. You have privileges which can be removed without notice at any time. If you don't believe me, go post some videos up over at YouTube, Google, and see what happens. All right? Anyway, the disturbing video I'll post it below. It's entitled "Amazon Accuses a Customer of Racism and Shuts Down Their Smart Home." He's referring to the Alexa system and all of the echo chamber, command and control surveillance devices to make your life easier in your home. I think it's all part of the Ring camera for your security on delivered packages. But allegedly in this video, you can watch it. It's very disturbing. It's about a 10-minute long video. It's like 9.5 minutes long, and it's about an Amazon delivery man dropped a package off. There was an echo chamber noise made from within. The artificial intelligence over at Amazon deduced that this was a racism, pejorative remark made, and then they pushed the button and turned off the smart home, and that this guy's business was based on. His computer didn't work. It's like a total nightmare. So you live by the sword and you die by the sword. We learned that in Operation Gladio in my videos. And if you live based on a military system called the internet, and or your mobile device cell phones, or your mobile device computers or iPads, or whatever system you're using that works on the Wi-Fi radio frequency system, you can be put out of business in a nanosecond. So if you are relying upon radio frequency to get money, to earn money to get paid, you can be put in a FEMA camp in a nanosecond, essentially disenfranchised from any banking credit service. In other words, turned into a homeless person by a push of a button. All right, so this disturbing video took me back essentially 42 years ago to 1981, when I audited a company by the name of Sonitrol Security Systems in South San Francisco. I believe they were, at that time, located on Front Street, not too far from Van Ness Avenue in San Francisco. And what did I know? I was just a young man and learning my trade of accounting and auditing. And I went in to audit this security system, which was going to be competing with ADT and the other big burglary companies. Now, I'll give you a little history, which, the thing about when I worked for one of the largest CPA firms in the world, definitely in the top 4 largest accounting firms in the entire world, and they never sat me down and gave me like a little background of the client, like what their history was. They never did that. They just threw me in the room and just had me figure it out on my own. In other words, there was no supervision. They said, "Oh, you have high GPA, so you should be able to figure it out." What a bunch of poppycock that was. And they do that on purpose, deliberately. They don't want well-informed auditors kicking the tires on their clients, okay? All right, so Sonitrol, spelled Sonitrol. It's actually a play on words. The first SO refers to the word sound, and then trol refers to the suffix of control. So you have sound control. You put sound control together, you get Sonitrol. Sonitrol Security Systems. They like to boast about a heritage of technical innovation. The company today known as Sonitrol for detecting burglars had its roost in pest control of a different sort in the late 1950s. Robert Baxter of Anderson, Indiana. Anderson, Indiana is approximately 40 miles due northeast of Indianapolis. Indianapolis that brought us Jim Jones. Indianapolis, Indiana that brought us Gus Grisham and Apollo 1, that brought us Neil Armstrong and Apollo 11, who attended Purdue University, part of the University of Indiana, Indianapolis. They also brought us the kidnappers of William Randolph Hearst's granddaughter, Patricia Hearst. She allegedly, if you believe the newspapers, like the Examiner, which I don't believe anything I read in the William Randolph Hearst publications, because I know it's poppycock, they told Elizabeth Short, the Dahlia victim's mother, that she won a beauty pageant so that they could chat with her about Elizabeth Short's childhood. Then they later told her, no, she was murdered and dumped into an undeveloped vacant lot in Leimert Park in central Los Angeles, 3 miles from University of Southern California and the Coliseum. All right. What I wanted to tell you is that Robert Baxter of Anderson, Indiana, who comes not too far from where Jim Jones came from, where the SLA, Emily, and what was his name? Emily Harris and Bill Harris kidnapped Patricia Hearst along with Donald DeFreeze. If you believe that, Donald DeFreeze was from Cincinnati. That's where Charlie Miles Maddox Manson was from, Cincinnati. So Indiana is the Hoosier state, and it's brought us many CIA operatives, obviously. It also brought us Karen Perky Lamb, who married Robert Lamb of the Big Thing, renamed Chicago, and then she married and divorced and remarried Dennis Wilson of the Beach Boys, and then she went on to tell you what to believe about the Jose and Kitty Menendez murder, which was a CIA clandestine murder on Elm Drive, North Elm Drive, 722 North Elm Drive in Beverly Hills. So perhaps they didn't have a surveillance system like Sonitrol, or it was turned off. Anyway, Robert Baxter was an inventor, and he invented microphones to install behind the walls of buildings or homes to listen for termites and then pinpoint their location. Robert Baxter invented other sound-related devices as well. On June 16, 1960, he incorporated his ideas into Sonitrol, later renamed Sonitrol Security Systems. He took the word sound and control, and he sought to manufacture and market his inventions, I guess, to solve the problem of pest control, termites specifically. Then he quickly met, in 1963, Robert Baxter met a police officer by the name of Al Cronk, spelled almost like Al Crook. Instead of Cronk, it's spelled Cronk. So Al Cronk met Robert Baxter, and they started a discussion about maybe his listening devices would be helpful for signaling burglar alarm systems. Cronk was frustrated with current burglar systems, which seemed to allow the perpetrators to always get away. He then hired Robert Baxter, the inventor, to develop new ideas for an alarm company, a burglar alarm company. Could also be used to detect fire safety systems as well. Anyway, Robert Baxter responded with the audio sensor, and Sonitrol was thus born as a security company. Became a security company, moving from termites to burglars, essentially in a couple of years once they formed the partnership with Al Cronk. Success spreads. Today, Sonitrol provides tailored local service to approximately 180 cities throughout the United States and Canada. Sonitrol is now the third largest commercial security system in North America, and it is the leader in what's called verified electronic security. They have credited to themselves 150,000 apprehensions of burglars. They're very proud. And they also have the lowest level of false alarms in the industry. So they tell me. Here's the problem, people. You can see Amazon's in the business now too, as is Google, right? Hey Google, the voice-activated system where you talk to your television set to change channels or to find content on YouTube. That is a echo chamber insane system. Alexa, which Ellen DeGeneres has endorsed for Amazon, it is also an echo voice recognition system. It also operates your Ring camera at your front door to surveil your neighbors, not just deliveries. And it can hear through walls, just like the Sonitrol security system can. All I know is in 1981, when I showed up there to do my audit, they had a beautiful sales display room that was hardwood floors. It was meticulous. It was high ceilings. It was track lighting. It was cans and adjustable track lighting lamps where they showcased the various equipment that they sold. I will provide a link below of all the creepy equipment that they now have. They have a lot more equipment today than they had 42 years ago, right? You betcha. I was told that Sonitrol was based on what they called the ambionic sound wave detection system. Ambionics can be understood as a three-dimensional extension of mid-side stereo sounds, adding a different channel for height and depth. To be more specific, ambionics is full sphere surround sound format. It is in addition to horizontal plane. It covers sound sources. They call it floor to ceiling, wall to wall surveillance. Got it? Three-dimensional surveillance. Wall to wall, floor to ceiling. Inside the wall and outside the wall. I am assuming on both sides of the wall. Meaning that if you install Ring camera or Sonitrol security systems in your home, you will have absolutely no privacy whatsoever. And if you make any racial comments, your home may be visited by the sheriff's department or the local police, because these systems have artificial intelligence and they will notify law enforcement if they feel a crime is in progress. And you know, hate crimes are a federal crime. It is a federal felony. So you could have some robot sentries come into your house if you make a racial joke, right? The robots are coming, people, and they're violating your due process, because if you don't have privacy in your own bedroom and your own home, you're living in a prison. I mean, that's welcome to the federal prison system. Welcome to your county jail. Well, you will be in a concrete windowless cell for 23 hours and 30 minutes a day unless you volunteer to mop the floor or to put the junk food on a tray and deliver it to the other inmates. If you don't volunteer to work or become a preacher, you're going to be stuck in your concrete cell for 23 hours and 30 minutes a day. Ambionic sound waves. Anyway, I don't remember much about the audit except that we gave it a going concern opinion. And if you don't know the world of auditing, a going concern opinion is it's the second worst opinion you could possibly get. Unqualified opinion of the finances means that everything's great, all coast is clear, and it's a green light, thumbs up. A going concern means unless a bank loans money, which it's not, or investors contribute more cash, this thing's going to be lying like a rug. It's going to be deader than a doormat, okay? It's going to be lying dead as a doormat. And the worst opinion you can get is called an adverse opinion, which is that that this company is insolvent and you should run for your life. That's an adverse opinion. All right. But a going concern opinion, which is what we gave Sonitrol back in 1981, meant that contingent upon future financing, the company may or may not have a future. It didn't have enough customers at the time to justify its expenses, its lease, and to pay its manufacturing costs of all this fancy equipment that it went on to create. Sonitrol Security Systems. Anyway, they like to call themselves state of the art and better results than the other larger burglary systems. But I'm telling you, it's all based on listening devices and monitoring your homes. I will post a link below of all the different security systems that you can buy from Sonitrol's catalog and how much they cost. You can buy them as a kit. I'm sure you get a discount if you buy all the products, or you can buy them a la carte. But it does resonate with me when I heard this frightening video, this 9.5-minute video on BitChute regarding the Alexa Ring camera system. All right. Anyway, that's my discussion for today. 16 minutes is that the robots are coming. They're going to be operated by voice and video surveillance. And they're going to be driven by the 5G smart radio frequency grids in all the neighborhoods. These systems can't work without radio frequencies. They're all wireless systems. And I guess my point is that this is a good time to just start disassembling all your streetlights. Just say goodbye to streetlights. Just turn the streetlights off, okay? In other words, unplug them. Unplug them. Because if you unplug your streetlight, then the Sonitrol security systems are going to have a tough time working, and your 5G weapon system is going to have a tough time targeting you on a GPS tracking. Also, try to minimize your use of your mobile phones. That's a military GPS tracking system, if you didn't know. So try to separate yourself, and God forbid, never sleep anywhere near a cell phone. Don't charge it in the same room of your house. Make sure it's in the garage or somewhere far away. I mean, safety first, people. You know, always wear a helmet and eye protection before you jump on your motorcycle. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Feel free to like and subscribe my videos and share them. Bye-bye.